If you gotta text him good morning, good night, always call, always be the one starting the conversations, you the reason y'all meeting up, you the one that's always setting dates, mama, he don't want you. He don't want you because when a man wants you, he's going to be at your door. He's going to be at your door. He's going to be doop, 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 doop. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Brownstone. I'm your host today. And we're going to get into some juicy topics, okay? Yeah, like my hoops. I know it kind of blends in with the background, okay? But, they say the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. So I'm joking. I'm playing. So today's topic is, were you too masculine or was he a little boy? Do women come off too strong? Okay. So, as always, I tell you how the story came about, who inspired it, and blasey. Today's episode was actually inspired by Mr. Finesse himself. I found a year-old video of him doing an interview. This man is fun. Okay. So I watch his interviews sometimes. I think he's pretty cool. I watch his content. He actually, I was podcasting before him, but he inspired me to actually bring the visuals to my podcast. So shout out to Mr. Finesse himself. Okay. He is known as, well, he's known as Mr. Finesse or Finesse. His podcast is Rich and Unemployed, but his name is Jonathan. Shout out to all my Zoes because he Haitian. He's actually from Irvington, New Jersey, even though he grew up in Atlanta. But, I'm a Jersey girl and I love Irvington because, I grew up over there too. Okay. So just a little backstory of who he is. We're going to let him tell a story. And I'm going to pause it because it's going to be a reaction. And this is going to lead us into our topic. Okay. So let's get into the video.
After the interview, we talked for a few hours after that. No, let me rewind. So this particular lady, I met on Instagram, and it wasn't nothing, like we were just having a conversation through the DMs, and I could feel like she was really aggressive, and she just kind of gave me her number in the midst of the conversation. I was like, oh, listen, I don't want anything serious. I have, things going on. I have women. Like, I'm not trying to take a date with you. She was like, what are you talking about? I was just giving you my number because, we was having a good conversation. I was like, okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, I didn't.
I get my blankie.
She called me, I never picked up. Like, I never answered the phone. I might have had one conversation with her, but didn't pick up the phone because.
On purpose?
Yeah. Well, yes, but I just never had the time to actually sit there and talk to her.
Okay.
So, months go by, maybe 5-6 months go by. Mm-hmm. Maybe 4 or 5 months. And we were going back and forth in the DMs about a post that I made about a woman that was just on my show. And she ended up calling me, and I did answer this time. So we sitting there talking about an hour, and I was like, you know what, maybe you should just come on the show. And this was me. I hadn't had a conversation with this lady for months.
Okay.
And in between that conversation and our interview, I really didn't have much conversation for her. So she came to Atlanta, and I was like, hey, let's go to dinner before we have the interview, because I just need to catch a vibe with you so I can know like where to take this interview. And
I just want to pause this real quick. I want to pause it and say, if you haven't spoken to a man in months, because I'm a woman, so I'm gonna give my point of view, right? If you haven't spoken to a man in months, and then he says, hey, come out here, we're gonna shoot this, we're gonna do this, basically come see me, and you jump up and you go, it's giving desperate. It's giving you want him more than he wants you. That's what this is giving. It's starting off wrong, Miss Ma'am. But we gonna continue. But I'm just saying. So like, if you ain't hear from a man in months and he says, hey, come through X, Y, and Z, and you go, just know you liking him more than he liking you. Okay? And unless you have a podcast or a platform or, and it's beneficial to you for you to pull up, cool. But if it ain't, don't go, because you setting the tone for you to be the pursuer, for you to be the one doing the chasing. That don't sound like nothing that I'm into, but I digress. Let's finish what he has to say.
She's like, cool. So I got there first. I told valet, like, hey, listen, this lady pulling up. She has this card. Pay for it. I told the host, like, this person is coming. This is what she's wearing. We had, like, I was on house arrest at the time, so we only ate for 30 minutes. And we had the interview. After the interview, we had a conversation, maybe 2 hours long. We talked to like 4 or 5 in the morning. And her drive was like a 45-minute drive to her house. So we was already drinking wine, smoking hookah. I was like, you don't have to leave. You can stay. And she ended up spending the night. I didn't touch her. Well, not like, I didn't have sex with her. Like, that was a thought, but I understand. Like, me having sex with her. Like, it's... So I let her sleep next to me and kind of spooned her.
Okay.
And she took it as, I wanted her, like,
But did you?
Mm-mm.
So you can spoon and not go any further than that?
Yeah.
That I can't stand men like that. Like, here's my thing. Mind you, this is a reaction, and we get into the story, right? I mean, into the topic, but like, here's my thing, right? The best way to get the is to act like you don't want her. Okay? That's the best way to get it. If you act like you don't want it, oh baby, I'm finna give it to you. Ooh, baby. So it's like he act like he didn't want it because he wasn't in a rush to sleep with you, right? And then he cuddles with you. It's like, if you don't like me like that and we just cool, we shouldn't even be in the bed together. Don't even cuddle with me. And if we are gonna be in the bed together, like, let your feet be near my head and your head near my feet. Like, you know what I mean? We don't need to be spooning. We don't need to be nothing like that. Like, treat me like I'm a sis type shit. And if you treat me like a sis, I'm okay with sleeping on the couch. That's just really how I feel personally, because what's going through a woman's mind is, hey, he not in a rush to sleep with me. He cuddle with me. That means he interested in me deeper than just sex. Right? You're giving the wrong signal because you letting it be known. Like, you later on letting it be known you're not into me, but the way you moving is like you want the kid. You get what I'm saying? Like you feeling the kid. So I just I don't think I'm trying to get this camera right, y'all. Not that way. Maybe it's just the way the sign is. But I don't think I would have been able to I don't think. I know I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have caved, because not caved and to give him some, but I would have caved and thought like, oh, he really likes me, But let's see what he got to say.
Now, from the beginning, though, she was like, well, you was just being such a gentleman and being like this guy. Like, I said, what did I do? She's like, well, you paid for valet for me. You told the host about we had this amazing dinner. I said, we had dinner for 30 minutes.
That's a woman that's not used to anything.
Like, to me, it wasn't nothing. But to her, it was everything. It's because it was unknown. And she couldn't I didn't tell her nothing. But she was just watching my actions. Like, okay, maybe this guy do want me. Maybe, okay, now you have me at your house sitting for 2-3 hours after the interview, and, oh, you want me. Oh, I can spend a night. Oh, you holding my hand while you were sleeping. But, okay, you're a woman. Spend a night at my house. I have self-control. I can control, like, my urges. And I understand, like, once I cross that line with women don't want to.
And then what he's about to say right here, I get what he's saying. Like, he thinks that he's supposed to treat every woman that way. And you're not supposed to. You get what I'm saying? You're not supposed to treat every woman like your woman. Like, being a gentleman is one thing. You be a gentleman to every woman, right? But like, it's a thin line between being a gentleman and sending mixed signals. Like, him doing a valet, him taking her out to eat before they had the podcast, them sitting, them talking. That's regular gentleman shit. I done collab with people and they took me out to eat before to some nice shit. You know what I mean? And he was a flat out gentleman. He didn't want nothing from me. That's my nigga to this day. You know what I mean? That's being a gentleman. You know? But where you cross the line at is where you let her stay the night and you slept in the bed with her. She could have stayed the night and not slept in the bed with you. You get what I'm saying? That's when you cross the line. That's when you cuddling and all that. You can't get mad at a woman for thinking, oh, he might like me, because all your actions was like, all right, he a gentleman, whatever. But to a woman that's not used to shit, gentleman comes off as if he wants me, right? So let's say from a woman that is used to stuff, right? Is used to being treated a certain type of way. Excuse me, I'm still working on me not cussing as much, right? Is used to being treated a certain type of way. They won't think that he wants you. Okay? I done collabs, and for instance, mini story time. I done a collab with somebody, and I went to a whole nother state. And I drove myself out there, you get what I'm saying, pay for my own shit, my tolls, whatever. But he put me in a hotel, nice ass hotel. I didn't think in my mind, oh, he wants me. The man never met me. Of course he don't want me. You get what I'm saying? We went out, he paid for everything, took me to a nice dinner, whatever. Never once in my mind I thought the nigga wanted me. He was just being a gentleman. But me, personally, I'm used to a man treating me a certain type of way. I'm used to gentlemen. I only surround myself with gentlemen. Okay? Now don't get me wrong, I done messed up a couple times and had me some. Yeah, but me as a grown ass woman now, I only surround myself with gentlemen. If I can't come around you and let my guard down and, let you take the lead, whether you my homeboy or my nigga, I don't need to be around you. Point blank, period. Right? So I didn't take it as he wanted me. But when I told my homegirls about the treatment I was receiving, and I'm like, bitch, this hotel nice. You feel me? He got me some real nice stuff. He took me to this nice restaurant. We went to hookah. Da, da, da. My homegirls, oh, he wants you, girl. What he look like? Da, 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 da. You should take him. He had a whole fiance. He had his own thing going on. But I never got that vibe because I'm used to a certain type of treatment. And I feel like I show up in rooms where I demand a certain type of treatment. You know what I mean? So to her, it could have been like, oh, he wanted me. You don't cuddle with nobody though. You know? But back to the story at hand.
Let me go. So I could be a friend to you. And that's all I wanted from her. Like, she's really cool as a person, but I just didn't like her in that she was just too strong of a woman, too much of an alpha.
Yeah, too much masculine energy.
Too much. And I didn't like it. And I felt like she was gonna come in my life and try to dictate certain things or make me do things that I don't do for women. Like I'm a real closed off person sometimes. I can like you one day and not talk to you for 4 days.
Wow.
Damn.
I don't like you, but now
you don't like her.
Sex.
How much forward is this?
A couple weeks.
Okay, fast forward a couple weeks. Okay.
Because it was just.
So wait, why did you succumb to that?
These niggas will put they dick in a hole.
She strong?
Yes.
These men will put that in a hole.
Like, hey, I'm coming back in Atlanta. Can I stay at your house? Because.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, you can stay here. But this was before we had sex, and she stayed for like 2 nights, and I don't like people in my space. Right?
Me either.
I don't like it because my space is I'm working. It's my laboratory. Like when I feel other people's energy, it kind of takes me off my focus.
Yeah. Me too.
I have to have conversation, which I just can't sit there in my peace and quiet and work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I gotta entertain you in some way.
Right, because you're there. And I didn't like it. And I think yes. Okay, so the second time she came to Atlanta, I didn't have sex with her. She came and stayed in that house 2 nights. In a row?
Maybe 3 nights.
Ooh.
Didn't like it. So it was 2 nights left the 3rd day. But she was like, okay, hey, you want to go to dinner one of these nights? I was like, yeah, cool. So before dinner, no, this story is just crazy. So while she was at my house, she was going to a dinner. She was going to like someone else's dinner. Okay. And my homegirl was over there, and she was just telling my homegirl like, oh, he just think he the shit, and like his head is up his ass, and he think he could do me any type of way, like just speaking like.
How do you know she's saying these things?
I'm here. I'm listening. And we're going back and forth. Like, she giving the story from beginning to the end, like, how we got to this point. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
And it's like, I told you, like, I don't want that. Like, yeah, I explained it to you from the jump. Like, and she's telling my friend, like, oh, he did this in valet, and he did this, he took me to this dinner, and I'm like...
And this is my thing, right? They love to say women need to take accountability. Men, y'all need to take accountability too, because if you didn't want her from the beginning, when she opened up her legs to you, you should have said no. You should have been like, I don't want you. See, women, we have no problem with keeping in the friend zone. If I don't want you, oh, baby, I don't want you. I'm going to keep, I ain't interested. But men, they different. They could not want you, but if you keep throwing that thing at them, they gonna catch it in the air like a football. Okay? Like a football in its motherfucking Super Bowl. I'm just letting you know. They gonna catch it. They could not like you and be like, I hit it. Whatever. You know what I mean? And I get it. They feel like they can have sex with women and feelings don't get attached. But we gotta hold y'all accountable too, because if you wasn't interested in this woman, you shouldn't have slept with her. If you wasn't interested in this woman, you shouldn't have did things as if you wanted her to be your woman or as if she was your woman. You can't give off mixed signals and then when to start acting crazy, you like, oh, Scooby Snacks. I told you I didn't want nothing serious, but you was moving different, baby. You know, you was moving different, baby. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I know you're going to try to flip it, especially the men that's going to be in the comments or just watching wherever. Oh, well, you heard him say he ain't want nothing. Why did you? Bro, he telling me he don't want nothing, but his actions is telling me something else. I'm only human. What you want to do? Like, you know what I mean? They say don't listen to what he say. Listen to what he do. He was doing like he wanted to be with me. And I listened to it, but somehow it's my fault. No, we gotta hold these men accountable too. And at the end of the day, these men need to have some self-respect and self-control. If you ain't into Latanya, you say you and Latanya just friends, you don't want nothing serious. If Latanya throw it at you, you needs to say no, nigga. Point blank period. Point blank period. We can't give you a pass. Nah, baby. Hold yourself accountable. Have some respect for yourself. Have some decorum. Oh, fuck.
Whatever. She went to dinner. She's like, can you pick me up? I dropped her off. I picked her up. I was standing outside the car waiting on her. I'm just being a gentleman.
Okay.
She took it as... She gave my friend a whole nother story. Like, oh, I told him that guy was harassing me. He pulled up ASAP. He was outside waiting on me. And in her mind, it was a different story. But for me, I'm just being a gentleman. But I like going to dinner. I like being around women. That's things I like to do. Fine dining. That's things I like to do. Ordering wine, eating good.
Me too.
Ambiance.
Come holler at me. Say I'm joking.
We went to another spot.
Is it ambiance or ambiance?
We was kicking it. And like she was like making videos and I would get in the video and like, you know, play around. But this is just me being like, we're out. Like this is how we kicking it.
Right.
And her mind is like, oh, he's in my video. He likes me. And, you know, like I get it. But I never made a move on you. Like, this is just me hanging with you. Like, how would I be if I just, all right, I'm just going to be your friend. I'm not going to be this person.
Right.
I'm just going to.
What would that be?
Standoffish.
What does that even look like?
I don't know. I don't know how to be.
Who wants that?
Right. You want to have a good time. Like, I'm having a good time with you. But, like, once you leave, like, I'm not going to call you. Not saying like that, but, like, I could not call you.
Right.
So, we go back to my crib and we have sex. Like,
again.
Initiated it. She basically initiated everything. Like, from the point of giving her number.
Wait, time out. So, okay, so at this point, are you feeling like you have feminine energy because her energy is so masculine?
No. I mean, I have a bit of feminine energy in me, but no, it's just like she just has masculine, she just has an alpha presence. And she's just strong. And, like, she takes what she wants.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's speak to that a little bit. Let's speak to that. Like, how do you respond to females that have too much? How do you respond to females that have too much masculine energy?
I don't want it. I don't deal with it. Because me, I'm not just like this. alpha macho man and ready to put you in your place all the time. Like, I don't got time for that. I'm real subtle, real chill, real like laid back. You know, I know how to put my foot down and yell, and you know what I'm saying. But I don't want somebody that's trying to overshadow my power.
Okay.
Can we touch on that real quick? Just real quick. Can we touch on how women, and not all women, but some women feel like a man has to yell and put them in a place and go, for them to be like, oh, he's so masculine, I'ma submit. You know, like, check me, you know, tame me. That never been my thing. And I think because I grew up in urban areas, Newark, New Jersey, Irvington, you know what I mean, East Orange, EO. Because I grew up in them urban areas, I seen that a lot where these men just they didn't know what real masculinity was. So they was always like and yelling and stuff. And I always thought men who was yelling and stomping and in my face and rah rah rah, y'all gave me femininity. Like, y'all gave me feminine because you couldn't control your emotions. I feel like a man that walks in a room who's calm and laid back and chill, his presence is felt. So when he gets upset, I just know by the way he talked to me. He don't have to say, sit your ass down. He gonna be like, yo, chill. Because I feel like, all that yelling and stuff is just so emotional. That gives me femininity. It gives me like, you not in control of your emotions, my guy. But someone that's calm, can we just get a man whose presence is felt when he just walk in a room? Now that's some alpha shit. Not the stomping about and having to tame you. And if you have to be tamed, mama, that is an issue with you. Like, you live with you. You got to deal with your body. You got to be around you. Anything that you do to cause you harm or jeopardize your life, you got to deal with. So why do he have to tame you? You need to be in control of your goddamn self if you got something to lose. And if you got nothing to lose, that's an even bigger problem that we need to talk about off camera. Okay? But yeah, I don't know. It's just something about a man calmly telling me to correct that shit. Even if he ain't cussing, that make me want to correct that. Okay? I be like, okay, Papa.
Describe ways that women can do that. What do you mean?
Initiating, telling me what we're gonna do, coming to my life and moving fast as hell.
Yeah.
And because next, if I'd have kept dealing with it, she would have finessed me and getting her apartment in. She don't even live in Atlanta. She would have finessed me getting an apartment in Atlanta. I probably bought her a damn car or some shit. Like, she has that type of presence, and I get like some men would do that for her, but I'm not him. I'm not those guys. And she talks to celebrities, and it's like to get this from me, like, okay, you used to dealing with high caliber.
One more thing I want to touch on. He said she initiated everything. Everything. She initiated everything. From them exchanging numbers, them hanging out. Only thing he initiated was the podcast, right? But of course that's because it's his business. You get what I'm saying? But them hanging out all the time, even them having sex. Women, that's a problem. If you initiating everything, you become the pursuer. If you doing all that, that man is not interested in you. Because when a man wants something, he's going to go after it. If you got to text him good morning, good night, always call, always be the one starting the conversations, you the reason y'all meeting up, you the one that's always setting dates, mama, he don't want you. He don't want you because when a man wants you, he's going to be at your door. He's going to be at your door. He's going to be doop, 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 doop. I would like take you out. Like how they see this shit back in the day when the men used to chase the woman down to get her. Like how Ike did Tina and all them other movies. I know we don't want to talk about Tina Turner because she got her ass beat. But like those 60s, 50 movies where they used to show up at this woman's door and ask their father for their hand or say, can I take your daughter out? Or keep constantly bringing flowers. perfect one. Jason lyrics. She said she didn't want him. Jason didn't take no for an answer. He kept showing up and showing the fuck out. That is a man that wants you. That's how a man's supposed to show up, because it's in their nature. If you the one that's initiating the conversation all the time, mama pack it up, he don't want you. Put a bow on that package and ship it away. We're done. Hang it up, flat screen, baby. He don't want you. He don't want you. And if you got to do all that for a man to see you and want you, you're dating the wrong one. You about to be the nigga. Y'all easily put on the pants real quick. Y'all easily put on the pants. Y'all put wearing a skirt. Y'all easily put on the pants. Back to the subject at hand.
High caliber men, but when it comes to me, she called me. She said I was a little boy. He's like, yeah, little nigga. That's what she said to my friend. But when I'm a little nigga, but treating you like this, right? But I know who I am. Like I'm on the same level as these high level people. I just don't have the recognition or the money that they probably have. But I have the same mindset. But I just don't want women that are strong. I want women to be not. No, let me not say that. Because I want strong women. I don't want women that are very forceful. Don't force me into anything. Because I'm just a nice guy. And I probably will get you an apartment, but I don't want to. Like, not for the. I just didn't want what she was offering.
Other than sex.
I didn't even want sex.
You didn't even want to have sex with her?
Then you should have kept it in your pants.
Attracted to it, but I knew what sex was going to do to our friendship. Like, once we
then why you do it?
Because.
Is that a thing?
No, it just depends on like how we act, how was the situation afterwards. But after sex, she wanted to come back to my house.
I would want to come back to your house too.
She's like, I'm coming to Atlanta.
Let me tell you something. If you look like this man and you give me some, I'm coming back too. What you mean? Unless it's trash. But if it's good, I'm booking a first class flight. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Okay? Look at him. He tall, fine, tatted. Shit. Perfect. Is that Gucci on his feet? He look like he smelled like something mysterious. Like some sexy ass mysterious cologne. I'm coming back. The fuck you talking about? Talking something after we had sex, she wanted to come back. I bet she did. I bet it. Like, y'all can't be messing with people's emotions. Now, you can't, I tell people all the time, if you sleep with me, you're stuck with me. Point blank period. I'm coming back. I'm coming to collect my belongings, ho. I'm coming. We together now. We go together real bad. No diddy.
I need to stay at your house.
That's a fast turnaround.
And I was like, God damn. You can't be here because this is not what my crib is for. I'm here to work and you be in my space. So I just said, no, you can't.
How did she take that?
He finally put his foot down.
At first I didn't even say nothing. I just didn't answer the phone.
Like a bitch.
Well, there's that.
She was like, oh, well, you need to tell all your hoes that I'm coming. And I was like, whoa. How do you feel like you can she's basically taking her spot, which is nothing wrong with that. Some women, and
taking another whole spot?
Like making her top priority, right? Some women can do that. Some women have that power.
Yep.
I had to let you do that.
Right.
You can't take that.
She thought she had that kind of pull, but she didn't.
Right. And some women, I like that from them. Like, okay, if you want this, take the spot. But I was
be my top hoe?
Not top hoe.
Not top hoe.
Be number one and that's it. Someone.
That's it? Yeah. Main?
Yes. Someone can.
I'm worried about this host.
My life but it can't. It has to be something that you're coming in and helping me, changing me, adding to my life versus you just look good and you just getting pussy.
Hello.
How you can't? That's not gonna happen.
That's good. Yeah.
But you can come into my life and take over and make me give up all these hoes.
It's called femininity.
But how she was doing it wasn't it. I didn't want it.
That's okay. So, are you interested or are you capable? Because that is a question nowadays. Are you capable of having a monogamous relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long term.
For the right person. Everybody doesn't deserve that. Everybody can't have that.
Could you see yourself married?
Yep.
For real?
but I wouldn't marry for love.
What are you married for?
I would marry for a lifelong partner. I wouldn't marry. Oh, I'm in love with you. I think you're my soulmates. Maybe not the soulmate part, but the in love part, because people fall out of love and it's like you have to have a reason besides love to stick into the
to stay. Yep.
Down fighting 20 years, 15 years.
Can we talk about that real quick? See, Jonathan was cooking in this episode. No, really though. People marry for love, right? And I think there's nothing wrong with marrying for love. However, you will fall out of love sometimes. You will not always love that person, right? So what is it what makes you stay even though you don't love them? And that's why I got to be deeper than love sometimes. You know, well, for me, all the time. It got to be deeper than love. You know what I mean? I got to have reasons why I chose you type shit. I got to stop cussing. I have to have reasons why I chose you type. Okay? I just have to. I have to, because it's like, and not even just financially, but do he motivate me? Do he support me? You know, how many times he showed up for me and had my back? Is this my ride or die? If I tell this man to crash out right now, is he gonna be with it? You know? And that's not something I want, but I won't. And that's a conversation for a different day. I could be a little toxic. But yeah. Go ahead, Jonathan. Keep talking your talk. Talk that talk.
What's gonna be that thing that tells me to stay? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is really my friend.
Yeah.
That's your
This is
friend.
my business partner.
Mm.
This is the person that has my kids. Like, it's
Mm.
I can have. You could be my wife, and I can still go entertain women
Mm.
if I needed to. Like, because that's probably my stress reliever.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But she ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand, a man. Like, you need to understand that a man is going to have sex with other than you.
Ooh. Oh. Jonathan. Why he say that? Do we need to have an episode on that? Somebody put in the comments right now if we need to talk about men being in relationships but having sex with other women. And the understanding of that shit. Like, I'm not saying it's acceptable. We don't have enough time to get into all that. But listen, if we need to talk about that, somebody put down in the comments the time stamp to this and say, let's talk about it. If I get at least 10 let's talk about it, we gonna talk about it, okay? Because I told y'all, well, not y'all, but on my podcast, she knows, okay? I told him, I said, I have a special type of contract in my relationships, and we gonna get into some things.
At some point in his life, but it's gonna be a situation where I can't speak for every man, but for me, I know it's gonna be a situation where
He Haitian. You know they cheat.
Feed my ego, feed my confidence, bring me back to life. Because that's what women do. You know, like, you might not be the person for that. You do other things for me in my life, but you probably can't do that.
And that's why I teach my women how to do those things. My women, she knows we know how to do those things.
7 years now. Faithful, monogamous. At some point, you feel like you're gonna have the urgency to have sex with someone else, and that need needs to be met. For real? Why?
Because if you have a need, there's certain urges that you just have to act upon because it's gonna affect other areas of your life. You might be angry, you don't know why. You might be taking out on your wife, you don't know why. I know people that cheat on their wife and they come back home happy as hell, and their wife don't even know why they're smiling. Oh
my God, that's some Haitian shit. Haitian men, the only one that say that. They always use that example. Fucking Haitians.
And this woman that I have, she makes me happy, but it's something that's missing sometimes. Like, I don't think men are supposed to be with just one woman.
Why?
Because God made it that way.
What the hell did I just do? Either the wine is busting or my ass is out of it. And I just want to say, and that is the reason why I say, I am not every woman. I am not every woman. You know, I learned a long time ago, and I talked about this on my podcast. I think it was called I'm Not Every Woman is the episode. I don't know. Check out She Knows on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I started my podcast where I said I met a woman who was in an open relationship with her boyfriend, right? And when I asked her about it, she said he's so diverse. There's so many parts of him that I can't pour into each part. Because she wasn't that damn diverse, okay? And also being around certain people bring out different parts of you, you know? And that's exactly what I say. I'm not every woman. I'm sorry. I can't be. Like I said, if you want to have this conversation, let me know. Put the time stamp from when we started this topic, but not this topic, but the topic about other women. And we gonna talk about it, bitch. If I get enough 10, we gonna talk. But yeah, I wanted to share that story with you guys because honestly, as I was listening to it, I feel like we all have been there, right? Where we like somebody so much that we initiate everything and we come off too strong. So I want to know y'all opinion. Was she too masculine or was he a little boy? I think in certain aspects, I could see why she could say, oh, he was a little boy or he was feminine. Because if you weren't interested, if you didn't like Shorty like that, you should have told her. If you didn't want to sleep with her, you should have not slept with her. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't let somebody force you to do something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I did it because she initiated. No, you did it because you wanted to. You did it because you wanted to. But your intentions was you didn't want me. And that's just what it was, right? So that's just how I see that. It's like he could have spoke up more. It's other things he could have did. And I think it's also a very much a little boy when it comes to thinking that you're supposed to have that a certain type of relationship and access to all women. You know, you don't treat all women the same and you don't have access to all women the same either. Like, you don't cuddle with your friends. Point blank period. If I'm your female friend, I'm your female friend. You don't cuddle with me, my Mr. Man. You don't cuddle with me, Mr. Man. That's what we don't do. No. Okay? I should not have certain accesses to you. I shouldn't have that. You know what I mean? You saying she came up multiple times, she acknowledged, she engaged it, or what he say? I've been drinking, wanna mingle. What the fuck? Damn. She initiated her coming over all the time, so he said, right? If you didn't want her in your space, you could have said that, okay? As a grown man, you could have said that. You could have spoke up for yourself. So it's like the things where he's saying like he's trying to push it on her is giving, I don't want to take accountability, and it's giving little boy. Because as a grown man, all you had to do was speak up. You know, your throat chakra, use it. Okay? Point blank period. If I don't want to sleep with somebody, I'm not going to put my kitty on that somebody. Same thing you should be doing with your wee-wee, Mr. Man. If you don't want to sleep with somebody, you should have put that thing up. But you let the thing out. Because what? You still a little boy where you don't know self-control. I just call a spade around here. That's all I do. I just call a spade around here. We play spades, we play dominoes. I'm just calling a thing a thing. That's all I'm doing. So, yeah, leave in the comments your thoughts. Was she too masculine or was he a little boy? And I do want to say this thing, and this is not up for debate because it is the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Sometimes women do come off too strong. If he's not initiating it, if he's not the one starting the conversation, if you stop texting that man or calling that man and you don't hear from him, then baby, he don't want you. Let these men call you. Stop doing the calling. Let him call you. Let him set up the date and all that other stuff. You don't be out here you know what I mean? Because that's not your role. Femininity is about receiving. Masculinity is about giving. As a conversation for a different day. But learn which side of the fence you on and play that role, Miss Ma'am. But yeah, as always, keep it clutching, and I look forward to hearing from you guys next time. Mwah.